If you're terrified of being asked a question that you don't know the answer to on a call, then just ignore the question. Now here's what I mean by that, because this used to eat at me before every call that I would take in my old business, even though I knew what I was doing, until I learned these two things that you can do in every situation where you don't know the answer that'll give you peace of mind. The first thing is something that I learned from an old business mentor of mine. I had asked him a question about prospecting and outreach. Instead of responding instantly, he paused. And then he asked me a question about that question, and then I answered, and then he asked me another question about that question, and then I answered again, and then he asked me another question about my answer. And then after that, he answered with a hyper-specific response to my question that was super valuable. And that's when it hit me. If somebody asks you a question that you don't know the answer to, or that's vague, you don't have to respond instantly. Ask them a question about that question, and then dig deeper and deeper and deeper until you fully understand what they're asking, buying yourself time to think of a better answer that'll be so much more valuable than if you just responded instantly. Now, what if you genuinely don't have an answer? Well, then just tell them. If you don't say it in a stupid way and you're smooth with it, you can actually raise trust in the other person, even though you don't know the answer, ironically. For example, you could say something like, give me a little bit more time to think about that. I want to give you a more detailed answer. Or you could say, I actually don't know the answer to that, but I might know somebody who does, and I'm going to reach out to them. Because nobody has 100% of the answers, and if anybody tells you that they do, they're lying. So by doing this in a weird way, you're actually showing the other person that you care about their question, more than you would if you just tried to BS your way through a response. My name is Cole Lutalo. Follow for more speaking tips for online business.